Hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about Padlet. Now, I've used Padlet for many years. It had been a while since I looked at it, but I've noticed that there are some new features and I wanted to share those with you. So I'm going to start with a general overview of Padlet and then get into those new to me features. So when you set up your account in Padlet, you can log in with Google and it works well with the VB Schools login. Once you do that, over here on the right will tell you how many Padlets you have access to. Now, if it's a brand new account, unfortunately, you only have 3. It used to be unlimited, and now Padlet limits free users to just 3 Padlets. If you had an existing Padlet account, the number of Padlets is based on how many Padlets you had created before they changed the number of Padlets you were allowed. You can get additional Padlets by sharing a join code with your colleagues or family or friends. And so that would be one way to get additional Padlets. And I'm also going to show you a couple of ways to save your Padlet so that you can make the most of the number of Padlets that you have. So to get started, you're going to make a Padlet. You're going to choose the way you want your responses to appear. So there's kind of the wall, the stream, so that's one on top of another. The grid kind of arranges it neatly, and so I like that one. So I'm going to click select. And then Padlet automatically gives you some type of a title over here. And then you can, of course, make that whatever you would like. And then typically in the description, maybe you have the question or what you want your students to do. So what do you think of Padlet? And then you can start making changes. You can change the icon. They have emojis. There's also a menu up here across the top. Select the one you want. Just click this little arrow to take you back one menu. If you don't like the wallpaper that they gave you, again, you can click on that. A lot of people like the corkboard, and that's in textures and patterns. Select that. And for color scheme, there's only 2 options. So the responses will appear with either a white or a black background. And then for the font, again, 4 choices. So as you click on it, you'll see over here that starts to change. And then for the posting, if you want the students to automatically add their name in, you can turn on this attribution button and there will be a place for them to add their name. It will also let you decide if you want the first post to appear at the top or the last. Allows students or teachers to make other comments. You can do reactions. The content filtering is probably one of the things you want to think about the most. You know your classes best, and so you'll want to decide whether or not you need to moderate all posts. You can do that just by turning the button on or off. There is a profanity filter. It's not perfect, but it is definitely an option for you to use. So once you've set all of those up, click next, and your Padlet is ready to go. And to share it with your students, you could have back there was a link, or you can click the share button, copy the link to the clipboard and send it to your students. There's also a QR code if you would like. So when the students start to create their response, you can click this plus sign down here or double click anywhere on the screen. And typically, when I had used Padlet before, it was really just a way for students to give a text response. There are options, of course, they can link, add a picture. But what I have found to be the best are the new options with these 3 little dots. So when you click on that, you still see the upload, so you could add something that you had saved on your computer. You can use your camera just to take a still picture. You can also use the video recorder. So this is a lot like Flipgrid now. And to use it, just click on the video recorder. You get the little red button and you can start recording. So students can easily record a response to a question, and you can see the timer going here. When they're finished, they just hit pause. They can discard and restart or play back and save. And play it here, you can give it a title or just click save. And based on the length of the video, it'll take a few seconds. You have up to 5 minutes to record, which is also a really great feature. Again, you can still give it a title. So, how to record. And again, that's just the recording. The other kind of cool features in here, there is just plain audio. The screen recorder right now does not work for students because you have to add a Chrome extension, but we've requested that to be available in the Chrome store. The drawing is just what it sounds like. You can annotate. You can, of course, create another Padlet. The GIFs are kind of fun. So you could click here. You could do a quick SEL check. How are you feeling today? And there's a cute little sloth. And there he is. You could still give a response here. And so one of the best parts about this is even though you only have 3 Padlets, there's a couple of things. One, if you are completely finished with your Padlet, but you still want to save it, you can go into your settings. So when you're finished with your Padlet, you have a couple of options. Remember, you can always share the Padlet. And so when you click on share, you've got that link. But if you want to have a permanent record of the Padlet, but you don't want it to count against you for your 3 Padlets, your best option is to save it as a PDF. And all you do is click Save as PDF. You have your option of what it's going to look like. I kind of like the landscape option. Click Publish. Again, takes just a few seconds to do this. And it is now a PDF that works. So all of the links work. And so you'll see I clicked on the GIF and there he goes. And go back to my Padlet PDF. The video that I created also works. And in order to keep a record, of course, you would just download it. You could save it to your desktop and then upload it back to Google Drive, wherever you want to keep it. And then you could go back in and delete it off of your Padlet, or you can just archive it. And so over here on the right are these 3 buttons. Click on those, and there's an option to archive. And so now when you go into Padlet, it does not count against you, but it still is saved. And if you ever wanted to open that back up, you would just have to click on the 3 dots and unarchive it. It does have to be unarchived in order for you to be able to view it. And so this is kind of my dashboard here of all my Padlets. There are my archived, there are my recents, and you can see those. If I wanted to unarchive it, I can change that, click unarchive, and now it's going to show up in my recents. And that's it. I hope you love these new features in Padlet, and please let us know if you need any help or have any questions.